Welcome, my name is Ryan. I'll be giving some information on the Estuary gillnet management in North Carolina coastal waters for EVSP 501. Starting with the stakeholder groups, breaking it down into four main categories, having multiple people from each interest group. Starting off with commercial fishing industry, two of the organizations that fall within this, there's obviously more, but the two big ones are the North Carolina Fisheries Association, along with the North Carolina Watermen United. That last group is a dual interest group, along with the charter fishing industry. There was our second shareholder. Going down to our third is Recreational Fishermen Coastal Conservation Association, or CCA, of North Carolina. And then also getting on the scientist, biologist, or environmentalist. Again, we want multiple people from each one of those stakeholder groups. Our vision statement is to have sustainable and healthy North Carolina estuaries and coastal waters through education and responsible fishing practices. We have two goals. Our first goal is to manage North Carolina commercial gill net fishing in estuary waters to allow all fisheries to achieve a self-sustaining population that provides for a responsible harvest using science-based decision-making processes. Going down into two different objectives that we'll be able to meet with this is to allow both the southern flounder and striped bass fisheries to return to a sustainable population by 2025. These are two of the most impacted fisheries, and one of the biggest money makers being the southern flounder fishery inside the estuary waters that impacts both the commercial and recreational fishermen, which is why we wanted to be able to have a look at that. The second objective is going to be study the cost versus reward on using gill nets in the southern flounder fishery against using pound nets, gigging, and other methods. Our second goal is going to be manage North Carolina commercial gill net fishing in estuary waters by using science-based fishing seasons, allowable fishing areas, and best fishing practices to reduce bycatch and minimize encounters with protected species. Again, those two main ones is going to be the Atlantic sturgeon and the sea turtles. Our objectives to be able to meet that is going to be reduce by 50% the number of protected sea turtles caught in gill nets by the year 2024. And we'll be using the 2017 numbers for that, which are the most recent gill net number that we have. There are the observer program numbers that have gone since then, but we really want to focus on the 2017 because that's our last big data collection point. Educate fishermen on best practices to remove bycatch from nets for best chance of survivability. Obviously, there are going to be some of the bycatch that's going to already be dead, but there's going to be some that are possibly slightly injured but not dead, and the way that those fish are removed can really have an impact on if they're able to survive post-release once they get removed from that net. And then our third objective is identify our best season and fishing areas to reduce gill net bycatch. And that's really going to be impacted on what kind of fishery we're looking at, if we're looking at any of the shad, flounder seasons, or anything else. So moving on to, here's our references, and then if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks.